Do you remember Alice, Emily, and Jenny, Mickey, Vicky, and Betty Sue, Gay and Joe, Robin and Tawny, Michelle and Kelly, Amber and Taylor, Riley, Alyssa, and Darcy, Madison and Fritter. And then the girls grew into ladies before our eyes, and now they try to lift up a trophy that no Lady Bulldogs have ever done before.
Rebounded by Honore. She followed her shot and put it right back up. You knew at some point Anderson was going to kill it, and she did. Harvey wants to drive. Another pass inside. Trinity Williams. That was pretty. Katie Groves, three. Quit it. Harvey ripped it away from her. Anderson in the corner. Three bomb. Roll. Flush. And they're going to call an offensive foul. And Molly Wilson gets hugs around as she draws it. Anderson from the corner. Quick pass. Copeland. Ball fake. Up. That's good.
It's time for the 3A Region 2 quarterfinals. It's the Howe Lady Bulldogs and the Edgewood Lady Bulldogs. Here we go. Live from Royce City, where everyone's a Bulldog. This is Lady Bulldogs basketball.
Howe Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, TCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exterior.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
We are in Royce City, the home of the Bulldogs. And how ironic is that? We have two Lady Bulldog teams on the floor tonight in one of the biggest games that any of these young ladies have ever played in. Last year at the same point in time, it was these Lady Bulldogs and the Mineola Meltdown. Not tonight. They've got Edgewood tonight. And Justin White, it ought to be an electric atmosphere tonight.
It really will. It'll be a chance for the Lady Bulldogs, Howe that is, to get to a point they never have in school history, to get to the fourth round regional tournament. And but they're gonna have their hands full with this Lady Bulldog team from Edgewood right here tonight.
Edgewood is 29-6 on the season. They're not playing as sharply as they have been perhaps maybe in December, but their losses on the year, they lost the first game of the year to Brownsboro, and then lost to Canton 39-35, lost to Liberty Christian 54-38, lost to Mineola, lost to Martins Mill, and then lost to Mineola again in the seeding game for the district. So 29-6, Howe 27-6, and it's been quite a while in a roller coaster ride for some of these seniors for the Howe Lady Bulldogs, as let's go all the way back to the season 2016 and 17. That was the year of the 5-5, and Derek Lands, who was going into radiation and chemo at the time, he had two freshmen starters that year in Allie Harvey and Jenna Honore. The Lady Bulldogs went 19-11 that year. They beat Whitesboro in the bi-district championship 64-45, which was the fifth straight bi-district championship for the Lady Bulldogs, with the famous pregame quote by Madison Hargrove, who said, "We're going to kill them." And then they lost the next week to Alba Golden 54-44 in the area round in a game full of fouls. Freshman call-ups Molly Wilson and Cassidy Anderson got some valuable playing time in the playoffs during that season. And Derek Land said at one point, there's not a better defender in the district than Jenna Honore, who was a freshman at the time. Lands put her on their top player in the district as a freshman, and she came out successful. Let's flip to the following year, 2017-18. the Lady Bulldogs went 21-10. They lost in the first round to Whitesboro when Casey Monk hit the three-pointer. The shot heard round Texas as right over Allie Harvey with less than 5 seconds remaining, and Howe did not win the bi-district championship for the first time in 6 years. But they regrouped, came back a year later. Lance picked up his 400th win at home against Whitewright earlier in December that year. Howe would go on to beat Callisburg in the first round, another bi-district domination, 56-31. Then they became only the second Lady Bulldogs team a year ago to ever stake claim to an area championship when they eliminated Alba Golden 51-37 last year. Then the Mineola meltdown took place in Princeton a year ago, 36-35, as Howe blew an 11-point lead early in the fourth quarter when Mineola became a desperate team and elevated the temperature of the game. All-State guard Sabria Dean hit a 9-foot jumper in the middle of the lane with 30 seconds left for the winning bucket. However, that wasn't the final story of the game. With just moments left, Jenna Honore drew her famous charge in that game, but it wasn't called. And Dean and Mineola advanced to the next round, only to be knocked out by Chapel Hill a few days later. Allie Harvey went on to become the district MVP. Jenna Honore was the district defensive MVP. Cassidy Anderson was the offensive MVP. And Sierra Copeland, for the first time, was first team all-district. That was a year ago. Fast forward to this year, the final season of those seniors. How long will it go? The first loss of the season was at Bridgeport. Then they lost to Munster. And then in December, they lost to Crum. And then in December, they lost at Sanger. And then they lost in December to Era. And then kind of district began. And that's when the Lady Bulldogs just started rolling and coasting. Not even really threatened at all, except for the Bells game when they didn't have Honore in the game. Honore was gone that particular game, and Howe lost at the very last minute of the game, and they were leading, similar to the Mineola meltdown. But here's how. I mentioned the 6 losses. What I failed to mention is the 27 wins, and they're averaging 52 points per game on the season, only allowing 34. And in the playoffs, they've stepped it up. 58.5 points per game and only 30 points allowed in the playoffs, Justin White.
They had some heartbreakers there in those playoffs, those first early years for the Allie Harvey and Jen Honore. But even with the Mineola meltdown, as you coined, they played well for most of that game. It just feels like the stars are starting to align here, with these seniors that have finally got a chance to grow up. They're playing their best basketball probably of their career. Coach Lands is coaching at a high level. It's going to take a good game from an opponent to beat them. But it's something we've talked about was how are they going to get them to respond if someone comes out and challenges there in that first quarter. I think that's what we're kind of all waiting to see.
Let's bring in the Blizzard for the first time tonight. Blake Burnett, talk about these Lady Bulldogs.
These Lady Bulldogs are a great defensive team. Offensively, they are led by the 2 posts, Allie Harvey and Sierra Copeland. Sierra has really stepped her game up in this her junior season to help out these seniors. And Jenna has also been a great facilitator this year for the Lady Bulldogs.
And I think off the bench is the key, especially in the playoffs. And Trinity Williams has just been outstanding as of late. Coming off the bench, Katie Grogan as well. When you talk about season stats, Copeland is averaging 14.8 per game and 10.1 rebounds per game. But let's look at Williams, who's averaging 5.9 off the bench in points and averaging 4.3 rebounds per game for the season in points. That's a 6 man. Grogan also averaging a little over 3.5 points per game, and she's had 16 steals on the season. So those are big numbers coming off the bench. And when Howe's going to have to, if Edgewood is going to run the press like we think they are, that's going to require some bench time because when you're going 100 miles an hour all night long, you can't play every minute, every second like Honore did a week ago.
I think that's the X factor of this team is not only the fact that you don't have to rely on just one person. You don't have to rely on Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey. I mean, they carry the bulk of the load. But, you think about last against Reigns, they had 4 players in double figures. Honore, Williams, Copeland, and Harvey. And then we talk about the bench there, bringing Katie Grogan in, Trinity Williams. They've got so many different players that can score and they can contribute to the team. It's not just one or two players they rely on.
Last week, Howe eliminated Reigns, and after the game, we had a chance to talk to Coach Lands about that game.
That bunch could score. And again, it was our defense, that helped us out in the end. But we got in foul trouble. That was and we were just having to roll the dice. And Molly came in the third quarter and was guarding 12 and did a great job and bought us a lot of time until, at the end of the quarters to where I get Allie back in. Yeah, because, if she'd have picked up her fourth, she's a non-factor till the middle of the fourth, and if something would have gone wrong, and here again, there's Molly, she does a lot of stuff that nobody, notices, and she did a great job on 12.
And we had a chance also to talk to Lands about the defensive Honore. He's had it for 4 years now, and I think he's a little bit proud of his senior guard.
Yeah, no shots she made. She banked in some shots, and we'll let her shoot it out there as far as she's shooting it. If that's the factor. So, yeah, it's just when you can play defense, it makes things better.
And he was talking about Terry, guarding Leo Terry and her being able to shoot way out there. He'd let her have that. But we did get a chance to talk to Jenna about her defense.
I don't really think about it, but I kind of know, that's my job on the team. Everyone kind of has their own job, and I know, from experience that my job is defense, so I make sure I'm down all the time, denying the pass. I just make sure I do everything right so we can do it right as a team.
Everybody has their role, it appears, on this team, and Molly Wilson knows her role as well.
It's just that point where I have to step up. It's just what I need to do. I'll do what I have to do and what Coach Lands asked me.
And we had a chance to talk to Trinity Williams. Hey, she's a sophomore. She played varsity last year, coming off the bench. A lot of players with that much talent do not like coming off the bench. Let's hear from Trinity about that.
It really eases my nerves because it helps me calm down and see how they're doing, and it keeps up my energy whenever I go out there and watch them play.
Before the game, I had a chance to talk to Derek Lands about what he would expect to see from Edgewood. I thought, well, if I were playing you, I would try to get Sierra and Allie in foul trouble in a hurry, and that would be my plan of attack. And we talked to Allie Harvey after the game last week about that foul trouble situation.
If we keep our feet on the floor and if we just keep our hands up, but sometimes it doesn't go our way.
And we talked about this team being together. This is the 4th year that the Howe Lady Bulldogs have been on the court together. 4 of them played in a playoff game back in the year 2016-17, which seems like forever ago. So the chemistry is there, and Molly Wilson talked about that.
The chemistry, that's the most important thing. We've played with these girls since we were 5 years old. We know exactly what's going through each other's head. We can just read each other's eyes. How close-knit we are, that's what makes us a good team and what can get us these wins.
Allie Harvey echoed her comments moments later.
It's just a blessing to have the best team. And I feel like last year was pretty good, but this year, we have the Twin Towers.
It's even better.
And I'm not saying that last year wasn't good, but this year, just the chemistry of the team and having the energy on the court is a lot different, and I just feel like it'll take us a lot further. I think it's really helped us. We've played select ball since 5th grade with each other, extra practices, staying late, shooting, just bonding, having sleepovers on the weekends. I think it's really helped us just, get to know each other and, bond, and it's really helped our chemistry out there on the floor.
And Sierra Copeland said the exact same thing. Chemistry. Even though Sierra last year was her first year on varsity, a lot of chemistry, and they really feel that bond helps them in these games like this, especially, we'll find out if they get punched in the mouth like they haven't been punched in the mouth in a very long time. We'll find out how they react.
Yeah, talk about chemistry. I think being able to bond, to do things like that. Here we go. I think we're going for the national anthem. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think we're ready just yet, but we're getting pretty close. They are getting the national anthem position, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting the.
Now, there we go.
Okay,
he gave us
go.
the please rise. And we're going to do that. We'll let you listen to the national anthem. They are packed in like sardines over here in Royce City. There is a lot of Bulldog fans up there. We'll see if we can take a little snapshot of them up there as they're packed in. Big crowd on hand here in Royce City, and it's about introduction time for our players. How is the home team tonight, decked out in their white uniforms? And being introduced right now is Edgewood, and it's going to be Tabitha Parker and Keely Randall, Addison Prater, Kinsey Smith, the starter. She's the post. And number 33, Clara Poole, 5'10", sophomore, and she's a guard. So it's Tabitha Parker, Keely Randall, Addison Prater, Kinsey Smith, and Clara Poole for Edgewood. And here we go for the Lady Bulldogs. And a big crowd. You can hear from the home team, the student section. They're all dressed up in country outfit. There's Jenna Honore. And Honore hands it to one of those girls that follow them around, one of those young basketball girls, and Anderson does the same thing as Cassidy Anderson is introduced. And now Molly Wilson. She'll come up a little bit short on the throw, but we'll make sure it gets there. And now Sierra Copeland is introduced. She throws a home run ball deep in the stands. And here's Allie Harvey. She's going to do this. Oh, no, she one-hopped it over. It fell out of her hand. Not a good omen for Harvey tonight to start this thing. So, you know the starters for the Lady Bulldogs of Howe is Honore, Anderson, Wilson, Copeland, and Harvey. And Parker, Randall, Prater, Smith, and Poole for Edgewood. And we're just about ready to get underway here. So tipping off for Edgewood's going to be Smith, as she's talking to Randall right now. Behind her is going to be Poole, the post. Now Poole is 5'10", or she's a guard actually. Smith is the post at 6 foot. And she's going to be matched up against Allie Harvey here on the tip. And we are almost underway. There's the whistle, and there's the jump ball controlled by Edgewood and Smith. It's going to be brought up by Randall. Randall's moving to our left. We're at center court. The Howe crowd is right behind us. And now up top, here's Prater looking to the right side of Randall. Randall dribbles once, twice, crosses over, comes down the middle of the lane, and a bounce pass out. Left side, left wing, guarded by Anderson is Prater. A pass underneath is going to be knocked away by Honore. The shot was by Poole, and quickly down the court, Wilson. Right wing, bounce pass underneath that goes out of bounds through the legs of Sierra Copeland, and no score. We're just underway, 7:23 on the clock, and Edgewood has the ball. Howe's first turnover came after Edgewood's first block shot of the night by Honore. And here's Randall bringing it up from right to left from our vantage point. Edgewood shooting to our left. And here's a quick pass underneath. That's stolen away by Copeland. Quickly down to Wilson. Right side of the court, guarded by Randall. Picks up her dribble, a bounce pass to Copeland, top of the key. Quickly in the corner. Anderson driving to the bucket. She's turned away, stops, now throws. It's going to be Honore, top of the key. Wilson, and a pass underneath. She had a wide open shot. She decided to throw it to Copeland instead, and it goes over Copeland's head and out of bounds, and 2 turnovers quickly.
Molly Wilson had the open 3 and tried to do a diagonal pass down there to Copeland and just a little overhead. Should have shot the 3.
Randall will bring it up center court, guarded by Wilson. And here on the right wing is Parker with the ball over her head, guarded by Honore. Now in the corner to Poole. Now up top to Parker, guarded by Honore still. Bounces once, picks up her dribble, now comes over to Randall, left wing. Guarded by Wilson, dribbling right-handed, top of the key, wants to cut the lane, goes up, and that one is going to be a foul call, I think, on Sierra Copeland. Nope, it's on Molly Wilson, her first of the night. Still no score, 6:14 left to go in the first, a defensive battle.
There's a lot of ball movement on the Edgewood side of the ball on offense, and a lot of cutters, having to fight through a lot of screens at Howe.
And the first shot by Randall is off the back of the rim, no good. Still no score. A minute 46 has gone off the clock, and we are scoreless. And Randall's second shot is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Copeland. A pass out to Honore, who's going to cross pass to Harvey. Now another high pass and out of bounds. The third turnover for Howe as Harvey tried to hit Anderson, and she threw it over her head. So maybe a little nerves here.
It does seem they come out a little tight. They're trying to force things in transition that are not there. Just set up the half-court offense and go from there.
5:58 on the clock, still no score. Randall top of the key, left wing to Parker. Parker will turn on Honore, put it up, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Harvey, but tied up by Poole. Harvey had it, but Poole got her both hands on it. Oh, no,
foul.
It's a foul call on Poole. That's big.
That is big for them.
Wilson inbound, little pressure. Harvey pass to Honore, trying to break the press, dribbles past half court, almost traveled but did not. And now Wilson has it. Long pass, Anderson across the court, right wing, looking with the ball over her head. Honore thought about shooting. Now a lob pass underneath to Harvey. It's knocked away by Poole. That's not Poole, however. That is Prater. And now here comes up the other side is Randall, right wing, now in the corner. Smith has it to Poole up top, guarded by Harvey. She bounces to, cross dribble to the bucket. It is knocked away by Harvey. Harvey will bring it up herself. Now a pass to Anderson in the corner. Picks it up, a pass underneath to Harvey. A bounce pass across the lane to Sierra Copeland. A ball fake up off the back of the rim. No good. We're still scoreless. 3 minutes have ticked off the clock. And quickly down the court is Poole. She'll go right wing. Now settling it down. And now she'll shoot the long 3. No good. Rebounded by Honore. Honore will take it across the line. She'll try to slow it up just a minute. Nobody's there. Looking for somewhere to go. She's trapped. Now has Copeland in the middle of the lane. Puts it up. She's fouled. And the bucket will not go. But she'll shoot.
Wow. Back and forth we go.
Wimbledon.
I don't know if this is good defense being played or sloppy offense.
Well, we've had
team.
3 key turnovers by Howe, which have been just huge so far in this game. Here's the first shot by Copeland. Off the back of the rim and no good.
Copeland has struggled with the line 54%. She's averaged a double-double, but has struggled at the charity stripe. She misses that first one.
All the starters still in for Howe. Some subs have come in for Edgewood. Both shots are missed. We're still scoreless. 4:35 on the clock. Randall's still in the game, but we have new players. Tristan Smith, they call her T-Bell. Right wing right now is Kinsey Smith, now up top to Parker. Parker to Randall, left wing, now in the corner. In the corner is Elliott. She's going to try to drive. She's stopped, trying to shoot the three for a moment. Now in the corner to Parker. Now she'll bring it up top, guarded by Honore. A lot of ball movement around the perimeter. And now over to Smith in the far corner. Smith up top, Prater, or Parker rather. Parker wants to drive on Honore. A switch, back to Smith in the far corner. A lot of ball movement around the perimeter, as I mentioned. Now Elliott has it. She's going to drive on Anderson. She goes up, and it's blocked away by Anderson. Ends up in the hands of Harvey. Here comes Honore down the court. Quick passing to Wilson. Is she going to shoot the three? She is. It's long. And it's going to be rebounded, however, by Copeland. Way along the lane. Anderson goes up for it. It's blocked. And now Parker ends up with the ball, and we're still scoreless.
Wow.
3:27 to go in the first. Parker, top of the key, guarded by Honore, trying to drive the bucket. She puts it up. A prayer, no good. Rebounded by Honore. Quickly down the court, and it's going to be a foul call against Parker on Honore. As she crossed the mid-court stripe, Parker was just in her hip too much. And now Wilson will inbound with 3:13 left to go in the first. Trinity Williams inserts the game for the first time tonight. Sierra Copeland will check out. Wilson to inbound, guarded by Elliott. Looking for somewhere to go, and now a long pass to Anderson, who has it top of the key. Anderson, the ball over her head to Honore. Honore now guarded by Randall, and Wilson now. Right wing, back up to Honore, guarded tightly by Randall. Thought about driving, and she's going to draw a foul, I believe, on Randall. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
So Honore pivoting, act like she was going to go up, and Randall was right in her hip.
Honore getting kind of a taste of Rome medicine there. Randall's right there all over her.
Wilson to inbound on the far side. Howe all in white, Edgewood in all purple. Pass, Harvey at the top of the key. Quick pass out, Honore. Ball fake movement. She wanted the three, but right there was Elliott. Cross to Wilson, left wing. Now back to Anderson, top of the key. Looking for Trinity Wilson. Wilson drives the bucket, goes up for it. It's knocked away. She gets her own rebound. Bounce pass, Anderson. Shot up, back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Randall. And here goes Edgewood the other way. 2:28 on the clock, and we have no score. Randall, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. And now here's Parker, going to drive on Honore. It's knocked away. Anderson has it to Honore. 2:15 on the clock. Honore looking for somewhere to go. A long pass, Wilson finally comes up. Another long pass is going to be stolen away for a moment by Tristan Smith. It's knocked out of bounds right in the lap of my buddy over here, Carson Grogan, who's running the scoreboard for us. And he just saved my laptop. Thank you, Carson. So Wilson will inbound. 2:07 left to go. No score. Wilson looking for somewhere to go. Got to be quick. A long lob pass. Honore has it. Top of the key. 2:05 left to go in the first. No score in Royce City. Honore thought about driving for a minute. Now she crosses over. Right elbow, puts it up, and that's off the back of the rim. That's no good. It's rebounded by Honore, and it goes out of bounds, or it's going to be a foul call.
I think it's a foul on Edgewood.
So Edgewood, I believe, has 3 fouls. How many fouls? No, we've got 5. We've got 5 fouls on Edgewood and 1 on Howe so far tonight. We have I was looking for the big scoreboard on the side of the wall. There is none. It's the big Dallas Mavericks type scoreboard in the middle of the floor. Hanging from the middle of the floor. Here's Wilson inbound. Quickly to Honore. Missed the layup. There's Copeland. It's knocked away and out of bounds, and Howe will retain. Still no score. 1:45 left to go in the first.
Man, it's just back and forth here. Nobody can put the ball in the bucket here.
Wilson to inbound, and a pass out Honore. Left wing, looking for somewhere to go. Finds Trinity Williams for 3. That's no good, off the side of the rim. And it's going to be...
I think it's staying down here.
It's going to be Howe's ball. 1:37 as it goes out of bounds. And a long pass, corner, Anderson moves her way up the elbow, a high pass, Wilson. She goes up and grabs it. And now Honore, she wants to drive to the bucket, kicks it out to Wilson, thought about the three, turned away, and now Anderson top of the key. They're denying the three. Inside, Copeland turns around, ball fake up, that's no good. She was trying to draw the foul, and it goes out of bounds, and Edgewood's going to have the ball for the first time in a while.
It'll be a nice little matchup there between Sierra Copeland and Kinsey Smith.
When's the last time we've seen 0-0 at the end of one?
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
So here's a drive to the bucket. Outside Parker, guarded by Honore, comes inside the lane, a bounce pass, that's knocked away. Great defense. Trinity Williams comes up with it, left-handed. Now she gives it to Honore, under a minute left to go in the first. Trying to get across the line and finally does. She's going to be looking for Williams, and Williams, left wing, thought about the three, back to Honore. Right wing, still thought about the three, guarded by Elliott, and a long baseball pass across to Williams, top of the key to Wilson. Now to Anderson inside, and that's Copeland. Back out, Wilson. Wilson, a long pass to Anderson. Anderson thought about driving the bucket. She had a lane, but it's stolen away by Elliott, who will go one side or the other. And guess who draws the foul? The charge.
Jenna Honore picking up where she left off on Friday night, picking up another charge here in transition, and keeps the score scoreless.
Unbelievable. Holy moly, Jenna Honore is really good at that. She may be the best I've ever seen, boy or girl, drawing a charge. And so here with 27 seconds left to go in the first is Honore with the ball after the inbound pass from Wilson. Guarded by Poole. A long pass back to Wilson. Got to get it across. Got to get it across. As she dribbles, it's going to be trying to steal it away is Nicholson, who's into the game. But it's going to go out on Nicholson, and Howe retains possession. Wilson to throw it in. Looking for somewhere to go and finds Honore behind the line. She'll bring it back across. 11 seconds left to go in the first. No score. Honore dribbling right-handed. She's going to try to go to the bucket on the layup. Puts it up off the glass hard. No good. Rebounded by Smith. Williams fighting for it. Can't come up with it. And holy moly, we are deadlocked at 0 after 1.
Wow.
You ever seen that?
I have not.
We're going to take a quick timeout, let you listen to our sponsors. We'll come back with the Blizzard and some stats, I guess.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
And Blake Burnett, give us some stats.
Well, 0-0 to end the first quarter.
This should be short.
The defense for both teams has stepped up. Allie Harvey, Sierra Copeland, and Jenna Honore all have a block. Jenna has a steal and a charge. Both teams have missed 2 free throws as well.
Allie Harvey back into the game, so the starters will return as we start the second quarter. Wilson stands right in front of us to inbound right here to begin the second. Guarded by Parker. Bounce pass, Honore on the run in the corner, looking for somewhere to go. Pass inside. Copeland turns around, puts it up off the front of the rim. No good. Howe just can't buy a bucket. But the good thing for Howe, neither can Edgewood. As here's Poole driving to the bucket, guarded by Honore. She goes up and a bounce pass, and finally Howe's going to be called for a foul, and I think that, who's that going to be on, Justin?
I'm thinking Harvey.
I thought for a moment it was Harvey. I guess it is. Or is it Copeland? That's the one thing about this scoreboard from this angle. I don't know about the other. We can't tell who the foul is called on. And here is Poole guarded by Harvey. Left wing drives and now kicks it back out. Top of the key to Prater. And Prater to Randall, who drives in the bucket. Inside bounce pass. Long left-handed three. There's your first points of the game. And that's by Parker. Left-handed shooter. So Edgewood up 3-0, and here quickly down the court Anderson trying to answer rackets long. Rebounded by Harvey. Long pass Honore. A ball fake on Randall. But now Honore is going to set it up. She picked up her dribble. Got to pass it out to Anderson, left wing. Bounce pass up top to Harvey. Underneath. Copeland puts it up. That's good. Howe's on the board. 3-2. Here we go.
Back-to-back points here.
6:50 on the clock here in the second. Randall going to drive to the right side, guarded by Wilson. Cut off right there. Picks up her dribble, top of the key. Poole going to drive on Harvey. Left-handed, put it up, no good. Rebounded by Poole, however, and she puts it up off the glass. So Edgewood has a 5-2 lead. And a press, and Wilson's going to try to break it with Honore. Honore looking back to Wilson. Wilson to Harvey, middle of the court. Harvey drives. It's going to be stolen by Randall, but Randall's going to be called for a foul. Harvey's on the floor, but she gets back up. 6:24 on the clock. Edgewood up 5-2.
Howe is having a little bit of trouble breaking the press. I mean, they've done okay, but if I was Edgewood, I would keep doing it until they break it successfully.
That's the 7th foul on Edgewood, so Harvey's going to get the shoot here. Is that right? So Edgewood with 7 fouls, Howe with 2, so there's an advantage. First shot's good. 5-3, Edgewood in the lead. We're in period number 2. There's 6:24 on the clock. Harvey's second shot is up and good. The 1-point game, 5-4. Inbound from Smith to Randall, who will bring it up right across the line, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. She'll dribble left-handed, now a pass in the corner. And it's knocked away by Anderson, just steals it from her. She stole it from Prater. Now a long pass, Copeland. Now a pass, Wilson, right wing, looking for somewhere to go, and has Anderson. They'll set it up with Honore at the top of the key. Honore guarded by Parker. Honore, right-handed dribbling, a bounce pass in the corner to Anderson, a pass to Molly Wilson, steps behind the three, and now a pass is going to be to Harvey. A long three, Honore, back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson, rebounded, taken away by Copeland. She puts it up, it's no good, and now it ends up in the hands of Poole, who trying to bring it up from one side of the court to the other. She'll go all the way to the bucket, put it up. A charge was tried to, Harvey tried to draw the charge. She wasn't successful. It ends up in the hands of Honore. Honore looks for somewhere to go, picks up a dribble behind the court. Long pass. Wilson has it. A bounce pass to Anderson. Now Honore shoots the three. Money! Howe with their first lead of the night at 7-5 with 5:05 remaining in the second. Randall down the court, guarded by Wilson. Cut off by Wilson. And now a pass to Smith. And now out to Prater. Now Poole has it top of the key. A long three-pointer, no good. Into the hands of Sierra Copeland. A long pass down the court, and grabbing it is Parker. She outran Harvey to the ball as Sierra Copeland threw it too far. She's going to try to draw on Honore, who steals it away from her, but it goes out of bounds. And Edgewood will retain possession. Here comes Trinity Williams again into the game. Williams will take the place of Copeland. Go ahead.
Like I said, there's a lot of ball moving here, a lot of fight through screens, so Lady Bulldogs, Howe's going to have to really stay disciplined.
Randall looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Finally throws a prayer. It's going to be answered by Elliott, who will swing it out to Parker, right wing, guarded by Honore. Now top of the key, Elliott, who's just into the game. She's guarded by Anderson, cut off by Anderson. And there's Parker trying to draw the foul on Honore. She's cut off at the elbow. Setting up way up high is T-Bell Smith. And now across, Randall. This is Elliott going to drive. She puts it up left-handed. She's going to be drawing a foul on Cassidy Anderson, or is that Honore? That's Honore. Anderson is raising her hand saying it was me. It was on Cassidy Anderson. And Derek Lands is saying no, it was on Anderson. It was on Anderson. And now Lands wants to talk to the other official because it was on Anderson. It was not on Honore. They got that wrong. And now the officials are going to talk about it. Anderson was even raising her hands and saying it was me, it was me. And Honore got, right now she's charged with the foul. They're going to talk about it. And now they're going to talk to the other official But Coach Derek Lands is right.
How many fouls would that be on Anderson? Do you know, Blake?
That'd be her first.
And how many would it be for Honore?
Honore has 0 so far.
Okay.
Molly, Sierra, and that'd be Cassidy's first.
So now they changed it. They got it right to Cassidy Anderson for the foul. 7-6. Howe in the lead. 4:07 left to go in the second quarter. And Elliott drains the free throw to make it 7-7. Here's Howe. Williams, Wilson trying to get it across. She thought about throwing it. She kept her dribble. And now she's in trouble. Trapped, and she quickly, good, nice play. Just bounces it off the leg of T-Bell Smith, and it goes out of bounds on Edgewood. What a smart headsy play by Molly Wilson.
I've noticed in the press that Jenna Honore and Molly Wilson both done. They're stopping their dribble right here in the corner, right here in front of us, which is one of the worst spots to do in the when you're getting pressed, because you can get double teamed, and then you got the out of bounds right there. They need to get the ball in the middle of the court. If that's not there, use the sidelines to break that press.
I'll tell you what, that was impressive. When you're trapped like that, you sometimes lose your head, and you think and react too quickly. But Wilson very calmly looked at the leg of T-Bell Smith and said, I'm going to bounce the ball off that leg, and it's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to start over.
And that's what the full court press does. It makes you think quickly and sometimes think incorrectly and make bad decisions.
Well, that was a good decision by Wilson. She'll inbound it right here.
Absolutely.
And Harvey and Honore, and it ends up in the hands of Honore, guarded by Randall. She'll dribble a couple of times. Randall, a good defender. Wilson, long pass to Anderson, deep underneath the Harvey, off the glass. It rolls in. Howe starting to connect a little bit under the bucket. Edgewood doing a great job of defense, not allowing any edge perimeter shots from Howe.
Harvey's having to work, though, in the trenches.
Here's a pass underneath Harper. It's stolen away by Harvey. Here she goes. One side or the other, dribbling high on the layup. It's up, and that's good. Howe leads 11-7 with 3:19 left to go in the second. That was big.
She's not only a post player, she leads the team in steals, almost 2 a game.
Randall in the corner. Elliott driving on Anderson, and this time she's going to kick it out. Inside, off the glass, rolling in for Riley Price. And now a foul is going to be called on T-Bell Smith against Honore. And Howe is
Howe's going to be shooting free throws now.
Howe's got a couple of shots coming up here now with a 2-point lead, 11-9 with 3 minutes remaining in the second. Man, this is a physical game.
They're letting them play for sure.
All the fringe teams are at home throwing the softball. Everybody who's any good is still playing. Both of these teams are really good. Honore's first shot, no good. Rolls in and out. It's going to be rebounded by T-Bell Smith. Quickly gives it to Randall. Dribbling left-handed, crosses the court, heading from right to left. Down the court, now in the corner. Elliott dribbling on Cassidy Anderson. She made a great crossover dribble and put it up and scored. And it's 11-9. No, it's tied, 11-11. Harvey, quick pass. Anderson for 3. She thought it. Ball out, Cassidy! 14-11.
Thought about the pass, lined it up, pulled the string, and got it to go.
Here's a pass to Elliott, right wing, top of the key. Now dribbling to the bucket and knocked away by Harvey, but Price is going to draw the foul on Harvey. Price very physical. She's a 5'8" junior post, and when she gets the ball in her hand, she's going to the bucket.
That's the third possession in a row that they've gone straight to the bucket and able to score on a layup. That time Harvey wasn't having it. Now I don't know how many fouls that is on Allie. That's her first foul.
Well, she didn't make the layup, but she is going to shoot. Price's first shot bounces around and goes in.
But they can't continue to let Edgewood just drive straight to the bucket.
14-12, 2:18 left to go in the second. You're right. Second shot by Price. The heave is no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams. Quickly to Honore, guarded by Parker. Baseball pass to Wilson. Looks for somewhere. The bounce pass is going to be stolen away by Parker. Here comes Parker dribbling left-handed. She goes up. A great job of Honore getting the ball but a foul call is going to be apparently on Honore.
I believe so. I think she got a hand in there.
She did get a hand, but I could have sworn it was all ball. But Jenna didn't argue at all. Parker's left-handed shot's no good. 14-12 remains our score. 2:01 as Parker will shoot the back end. Harvey and Williams set to rebound underneath. Parker's shot, right side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson, and somebody's going to get called for a foul. Is that Parker over the back?
It is.
It is Parker. So she shot the free throw, aggressively went after the rebound, and got too aggressive.
Well, and it was a good block out by Cassidy Anderson, who got a good block out and was able to draw that foul from Parker.
So Anderson will shoot 1:59 remaining in the first half. 14-12 in a defensive battle. Anderson to shoot the front end right here. Dribbles a couple of times. First shot, rims in, rims out. No good. Brought down by T-Bell Smith, dribbling right-handed against Williams. And now over to Parker, right side. A good bounce pass in the lane to Price, who puts it up to tie the game at 14. Honore to Wilson. Wilson has to go back to somewhere, and it's Harvey quickly to Honore across the court. Back to Harvey. She's going to drive the bucket, put it off the glass, and score. And Howe regains the lead, 16-14, and that's an athletic move there by Harvey. T-Bell Smith, athletically, she's going to drive down, and she's going to draw the charge. Guess who?
Is that Jenna Honore again?
Of course it is. Who else would it be?
Wow. She just knows where to position herself. She knows where to get. She anticipates the move and able to get there and draw the charge. Amazing.
So Howe will have possession. And Wilson to inbound, has Honore. It's knocked away, but Wilson's going to be able to grab it, trying to steal it away from Wilson. And now Honore has it. Got to get it across. 1:08. Got to quickly get it across. It's going to be stolen on a lob pass. Quickly down the court. A nice pass underneath. That's going to be off the glass. And that's good as Nicholson scores. And now Howe, under a minute left to go in the half. Tie ball game, 16-16. Harvey down the court. Anderson in the corner. Thought about the three, was cut off. She's going to dribble across the lane, and it's going to be stolen away. Looking for somewhere is Elliott. She'll just pull up. Left wing, 42 seconds on the clock. Right wing, Nicholson. Back up top to Elliott. Driving against Cassidy Anderson, beats her to the bucket, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Price. She puts it up, that's no good. Anderson has it. Honore has the ball, and it's knocked away. And how is that not a foul against Prater?
Honore was assaulted back there.
No call, but Howe's going to retain possession. Wow.
I don't understand that either.
So Wilson will inbound. Looking for Harvey, looking for Honore, the lob pass. And now Edgewood has it. Elliott top of the key, 24 seconds. Parker in the corner, guarded by Wilson. In the corner, Elliott has it against Honore. Trying to drive the bucket, Honore right in her face. She'll switch against Parker, who has it in the corner. Now Elliott against Wilson. Top of the key, she's going to drive to the bucket. Wilson cut her off. The jumper no good. Rebounded by Price. A bounce pass across the middle to Elliott. A scramble for it. Ball's up in the air. Goes out of bounds as the whistle and time expires. It's the same lead we had at the end of one, which is 0. 16-16. All points coming in that second quarter. And we're at the half. Oh, my goodness.
I think the half is coming at the right time for the Howe Bulldogs. They need to go back into the locker room, go back to the drawing board, and figure out this press, because it has become a thorn in their side right now, especially there that last couple of minutes. They're about back-to-back turnovers that they had given up there to Edgewood. So they got to go back there and try to figure a way how to beat this press.
Well, we are going to take a momentary timeout for our sponsors. We're going to have our high school principal, Phil Kempson, come join us here in just a moment. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, let's talk to Blake Burnett. He'll give us some stats here for just a moment.
All right, Allie Harvey leads the Howe Bulldogs with 8 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Sierra Copeland, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. Jenna Honore, 3 points, 2 big charges, a block, a rebound, and a steal. Cassidy hit 1 big 3. She also has an assist. Molly Wilson has an assist, and that's all the scoring for the Bulldogs. Trinity has a rebound. And for Edgewood, Parker has 3 points. She has an assist and 3 steals. Poole has 2 points and 3 rebounds. Nicholson has 2 points. J.C. Elliott has 4 points to lead, or is second leading, and Price has 5 points and a rebound to lead Edgewood.
All right, thank you so much, Blizzard. We are joined now by the high school principal, Phil Kempson. Welcome.
Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, let's talk about this. What are your thoughts on the first half? Defensive battle, huh?
Yeah, I think both teams kind of started out with some nerves, and the defense was really good and just a lot better than the offenses for both teams. So I think both of them have kind of worked that out, and looks like they're settling in and finding their offense.
Well, so far, your first year in Howe, how's it going so far?
It's great. Great kids, great community, great school. I love it.
Now you're a former coach yourself, and a girls coach even, and how exciting is this time of the year for you, coming out seeing 2 really good basketball teams? What's this like for you?
It brings back good memories and fun times, and I still, when you know the kids, you still get a little nervous for them and excited for the game, and I'm just on edge the whole game right now.
Do you miss it? Do you miss coaching and being out there?
There's certain aspects I miss about it, but I like what I'm doing right now.
Well, have there been any surprises about Howe that maybe you weren't anticipating?
I really didn't anticipate just how good our kids are. They're just really good kids with good hearts, and they do what they're supposed to do, and we got good teachers, and it's just all around good school.
Is there anything coming up at Howe High School that you'd like to promote?
Well, there's one thing. Wednesday, Showing with Heart. It's a
great
FFA program where our special needs kids are able to show livestock, and it's at the Texoma Loy Lake Park, and it'll be at 8:45 Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow morning, and it gives those students an opportunity to be involved in something like that.
Well, you talked about how good the kids were in Howe. Does that even include the student section over there, the student body?
I love the student section. We got to rein them in every now and then, but that's good. At least we don't have to get them to get on their feet and be loud. That's a good thing.
So are you enjoying the different theme every week?
I like it. I can't wait to see what Friday is.
All right, that's your new high school principal, Phil Kempson. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Go Bulldogs.
All right. Thanks, sir. That is Phil Kempson. He got off in the first. The first start that he had here is there was an issue with the homecoming dance. Some of the kids thought that he was too mean, like Mr. Strickland perhaps in Back to the Future. But I think everyone's calmed down and understand that is an outstanding high school principal right there. And that from what I understand, the teachers really love him. I know, talking to the coaches, that they do. So anytime you're in that situation, that's pretty good. Well, Justin, let's talk about this.
Yes.
First half, was it what you were anticipating?
I knew it'd be competitive, but not like this. I think there were way too many turnovers committed by Howe. The press, like I said earlier, the press is killing them right now. They got to figure out something on that. And again, half is coming at the right time, so they kind of regroup there. They got away there at the beginning trying to get it down low to Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey. That Edgewood was doing a very good job at defending that. But late in that first half, they were starting to kind of get a little rhythm. Allie's got 8 points. Sierra's got 2. So that tells you something right there. They're basically saying, we're going to let the perimeter, we're going to let Jenna Honore and Cassidy Anderson, we're going to let them beat us. We're not going to let Allie Harvey and Sierra Copeland do it.
Well, I wasn't anticipating this at all. I mean, I knew that it was going to be a great game. I knew from what I understood that Edgewood was going to press a little bit. I didn't think, and I should have known this, but when you get to the playoffs against really good teams, that at some point somebody's going to shut down the corner perimeter shot from Cassidy Anderson. And she's had the one, but every time she goes to shoot the shot, she's cut off and not able to make that shot or even take the shot. And same with Molly Wilson. She had a wide open 3 early in the game, but every time she's thought about shooting another one, she's cut off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about down the post with Harvey and Copeland. They've done a very good job of defending them, and then when they kick it out to Anderson or even Jenna Honore, they do a very good job of closing out on them to not give them a clean look at the basket.
Blizzard, is anyone for Howe really in foul trouble? Is anybody you have to really look out for here?
No, Allie has 1, Sierra has 1, Jenna has 1, Cassidy has 1, and Molly has 1. They all have 1.
What about for Edgewood?
Randall has 2, and Parker has 2 for Edgewood.
Okay, so if Randall gets in foul trouble, that is their bread and butter point guard. So that would be really dangerous for them. But, again, she has 3 fouls left in the second half. Shouldn't be any problem.
I think the good news right now is it's tied 16-16. We're kind of acting like Howe is down by 10 or something. It's a tie ball game. Just the same as it started off in the second quarter.
And the first quarter. So here's Howe. They'll switch sides of the court. Howe will now be moving from our right to left, and Edgewood from our left to right, conversely. Again, all in purple with yellow numbers, or maybe they call it gold. And here's Randall with the ball, dribbling left-handed across the line. We're back in action. 16-16. Randall quickly down the court, in the corner. Parker wants to drive on Honore, middle of the lane, kicks it out. Prater has it, top of the key, and that's going to be Poole driving to the bucket, and it's knocked away by Sierra Copeland. Edgewood's going to retain possession. Copeland had her arm straight up, blocked it, but it goes out.
They're attacking the basket.
And quickly inbound is Randall, and Prater has it, top of the key to Poole, guarded by Allie Harvey. Poole's going to try to drive the bucket. She's cut off by Harvey. Here's Randall on Wilson. Goes up. That one's good. On the runner, left-handed, middle of the lane. Almost blocked by Copeland, but not. And now inbound from Wilson to Harvey, draws a foul on Poole. How many is that, Blizzard?
I have 1 on Poole, but I did not get their first 3.
So here's Wilson to inbound against the press. Honore has it. Dribbles to the near side. Has to go quickly down the court. And now Anderson bails her out. Anderson at the left wing. A pass deflected, but Honore has it, top of the key. Anderson left wing. Edgewood playing great defense. Wilson takes a 3. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Prater. And here's Randall going the other way, with Edgewood carrying a 2-point lead. And Poole's going to drive on Harvey. Crossover, nice pass underneath to Smith. She puts it up uncontested, and now a 4-point lead by Edgewood. Honore has to go somewhere against the press. Looking for Harvey, and now Wilson's going to have it. Left wing, top of the key, guarded and trapped, and now Honore to Harvey, a long pass underneath. It's long and it goes out of bounds, and Edgewood has possession. And Howe has to calm down a little bit here.
They really do. They're getting their front, kind of like Raines did. They're fronting Copeland, and so you got to place that basketball right in the right spot there for Copeland.
Randall down the court, guarded by Wilson. She'll drive the bucket, cut off by Wilson. Kicks it out. Prater thought about the 3 for a moment, pulled it back, gave it to Randall. A pass underneath. And now Smith kicks it out. Parker through the lane, blocked by Copeland into the hands of Honore, who's going to dribble it. I thought she was just going to take off and dribble. Now she's looking for somewhere to go. At some point, she's just going to have to dribble it, and now she does. Down the court, Anderson, bounce pass, Copeland up. That's good. 5:47 here in the third, and Howe trails by 2. Randall down the court. Right-handed, guarded by Wilson. Now in the corner, Prater thought about the 3, guarded by Anderson. Now to Randall. They'll switch, top of the key, Poole, drives, right side, underneath, Smith, wide open shot, no good, rebounded by Harvey. And now Wilson could have dribbled across the line. She picks up her dribble and now throws it across. Harvey will go one side to the other, puts it up, that's no good, rebounded by Copeland, and a foul's going to be called. And Prater is going to be called for the foul. Is that right?
I'm not sure. I saw 2 purple jerseys that Copeland was around Copeland when she got that rebound.
And back in the day, that would have been an over the back. This was a hook. They called a hook as Prater hooked her from out in front of her.
Well, I thought Harvey got fouled on the shot, and then I thought Copeland may have got fouled on the over the back.
Coach Chris Lewis not happy about that. He wants to talk to the official. And I think he actually called a timeout there.
On this press here, again, I'm seeing with Howe, Jenna Honore, we saw her get a little frustrated. They've got to start coming to the ball. You can't have these long over-the-court passes. That's how those things get intercepted. Jenna Honore, I think, getting upset because nobody's coming to her, and she's trying to dribble through double teams and pass cross court, so they got to start coming to her.
Lance called the timeout. It's 20-18 here in the third, and Sierra Copeland's about to shoot the front end of 2 shots. 5:14 remaining in the third. This one's getting interesting. Howe down by 2. Copeland dribbles a couple of times, shoots. That one's nothing but net. 1-point game.
We've talked about free throws. It may come down to this, is having to shoot free throws down the stretch.
Copeland, 1-2. Dribbles, and she shoots, and that one's good. She claps her hands 3 times as she goes down the court. Parker quickly down the court. Elliott back to Parker, left-handed, guarded by Honore. She wants to dribble and now gives it out to Elliott, left wing. She'll come top of the key. There's T-Bell Smith driving to the bucket, but she's cut off by Harvey. Now in the corner, top of the key. Elliott's going to think about the long 3. They're good at crossover dribbling, and there's T-Bell Smith on a long 3. It's off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Anderson. Kicks it over to Honore. Long pass to Wilson's going to be stolen by T-Bell Smith. Coming back down the right side, guarded by Wilson, trying to cut her off and does. Now to Randall, shooting the long 3. That one is good. Breaks the tie, and Edgewood leads by 3, 23-20. Harvey down the court. Long pass, Anderson thought about the pass. She had Sierra Copeland open for a moment, but she waited a little bit too long and gave Elliott time to get in there and swat it away. Howe retains possession.
Howe did a good job breaking the press, just not able to get it down to Copeland in time. Chance to regroup the offense, though.
Wilson to inbound. Honore, long pass, top of the key. Lob pass underneath. Wilson's cut off. She dribbles out, kicks it over to Honore. Anderson back to Honore, top of the key. Guarded tightly by Parker. Makes a move, right-handed. Harvey's going to shoot the 3. It's partially blocked by Smith. It should be Howe's ball right there. That should be Howe's ball. That should be Howe's ball right there. It was tipped.
Coach Land's let him know, too. That was tipped by
But Edgewood has possession, and they'll go the other way. Randall has it, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. She's cut off in the corner. She's going to try to go back the other way. Now to T-Bell Smith, back to Randall, top of the key. 3:46 on the clock. Smith is going to shoot the long jumper off the back of the rim. No good. Honore goes up for it, and Sierra Copeland comes down with it. She's going to have to dribble. She's going to have to go somewhere with it, and a long pass to Harvey gets across the lane. Now in the corner, Anderson. She pulls it up to Wilson. Wilson guarded by Parker. Under the basket to Harvey off the glass. That's good, a 1-point game. 23-22, 3:21 on the clock here in the third.
Nice pass from Wilson down to Harvey. Got it only where she could get it.
Randall, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. Cut off at the right wing, top to Parker. Randall, top of the key, left-handed dribbling. Now over in the corner, coming near side. Elliott on the jumper, runner, no good. Rebounded by Sierra Copeland. Now out to Harvey. Harvey, a pass to Honore. They get it in the hands of their ball handler. Honore has two guarding her. She's going to have to dribble out of it, and she does. Comes near court, throws the pass. It's going to finally be brought down by Harvey. That shot is no good, and it rolls out of bounds off of Sierra Copeland, I believe. And Edgewood is going to have possession with 2:42 remaining in this third period. Randall, everybody catch their breath for a moment. Down the court. Left wing, Elliott drives the middle of the lane, kicks it out. T-Bell Smith guarded by Harvey. She drives the middle of the lane, and she kicks it out to Randall. She's going to try to take it to the bucket. A pass underneath to Smith. Long three for Elliott off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Harvey. Harvey turns around. No foul called, however. She had two people in her hands. Long pass. Anderson for three. That one is good! Nails it! Anderson, you knew it! It was coming! She just needed a little room to breathe.
And right at the right time, too.
2 minutes on the clock. Howe leads 25-23. Smith driving the bucket on Harvey. She blocks it away. Smith regains it. A long shot off the back of the rim. No good. Anderson goes up with it. A foul is called. And it's going to go out on Edgewood. I think that's the call, or is it a foul? It's out on Edgewood.
Great job by Cassie Anderson on the block out. And the Lady Bulldogs did a good job on the defensive boards, blocking out their man. They're going to need to continue to do that here to get these boards. Don't give them second opportunities.
Wilson against the press, throws it into Honore, back to Wilson. Wilson stops in her tracks, looking for somewhere to go. A long pass, Harvey. Harvey's going to have to dribble it. She's going to have to go across the line on a pass to Wilson, who's fouled but no call by Prater. Now a long pass underneath, Copeland. Another long pass, Anderson. Off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Copeland. Trying to get it to Harvey, but a foul is going to be called. And if you hear some upset fans, that's from across the way. The Edgewood fans are not happy. The Howe fans in cowboy hats over here in the student section, they are happy.
Copeland got the offensive rebound there and just used her toughness there to grab a hold of that ball and get and pull it down.
Williams pass to Honore from inbound is good. Williams and Wilson has the long three. Ball out, Molly. Parker down the court. 1:15 left to go in the third. Parker driving on Honore to the bucket. Honore stole it away from her, and she's going to get a foul call. She just picked her pocket. She stole $5.
Stuck her hand in the cookie jar and got caught. But that looked like a clean rip, a clean steal.
Parker to inbound with $1:08 left to go in the third. Pass out is going to be Smith, top of the key, and now Nicholson for the long three off the side of the rim, no good. And what's the call there, Justin?
I think that's a hooking, as we said, on Honore.
Copeland.
On Copeland.
On Copeland, oh, okay. Is that her second foul?
Yes, second foul.
Parker to inbound. Howe with a 5-point lead. Nicholson steps on the line, and Howe's going to have a turnover, and the student section goes nuts.
I've noticed Edgewood has stopped driving to the basket. They've been settling for shots outside the perimeter. That's what Howe wants.
Honore to Wilson's going to have to dribble. She stops and now throws it to Harvey, who throws a long pass. Copeland comes up with it after it was stolen for almost a minute, and Copeland's going to be called for a dribble as she had Prater in her hip all over her.
Got some questionable calls here down the stretch.
So Parker brings it up the other way. Guarded by Honore. Cross dribble to the bucket. A pass underneath to Smith. Quickly cut off by Sierra Copeland. A great job of defense there. Poole, guarded by Harvey, will drive the lane. She goes up for it. It's blocked. Wilson has it. Poole went down. No foul call. A bounce pass to Harvey, crossing the lane out to Anderson. A dangerous pass by Harvey, but Anderson has it in the corner. And now Honore, top of the right side of the key. 11 seconds on the clock left to go in the third. Howe up 28-23. Honore wants the last shot. 6, 5, 4. Get it in the hands of Anderson for three if you can. She drives the bucket, puts it up off the front of the rim. No good, but she draws a foul. That's what Honore does so well. Playing the role of Fritter.
dribbled around, found an opening, knifed her way through the lane, and able to draw contact on the last play of the third quarter. So a chance to increase this 5-point lead heading into the fourth.
Yeah, no time on the clock. 28-23. We're headed to 4. But Honore is going to shoot right here.
She's a 57% free throw shooter from the line for the season.
Wipes her hand on the right side of her hip. Bounces a couple of times. The shot's good. 29-23. There's 3 seconds they put back on the clock.
I was about to say, yeah, they put 3 back on there.
So a 6-point lead for Howe. Honore is going to get to shoot another one. The officials are talking with the scoring table about something. Lands is having none of it. He walks the other way, hands on his hips, walking slowly.
They're adjusting the clock is what I think they're getting the clock down to.
So instead of 3 seconds, it's 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. All that time, Honore's at the line having to think about it. So she rocks back on her toes, one after the other, puts it, dribbles it twice, shoots, it rolls out. No good. And our fourth quarter score heading into it is 29-23. And we're headed to the fourth. Let's talk to the Blizzard. And I know there's not a lot of scoring, but there's a lot of other things that I'm sure you're tabulating. If you can tell us what's going on in the stat sheet.
Allie Harvey, 10 points, 3 blocks, 5 rebounds. Sierra Copeland, 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks as well. Jenna Honore, 4 points, 2 assists, 2 charges, 2 steals, a rebound, and a block. Cassidy with 6 points and 2 assists. Molly with 3 points and 2 assists. And Trinity adds a rebound.
So,
and Monty, I think something to look at, too, is I'm sure they're very well conditioned, but this has been a physical game, and they've only played 6 players. Trinity Williams, and then the starting 5. You got to wonder here down the stretch here in the fourth quarter, as far as conditioning and just being tired, how physical this has been. If that's going to play out here for the Howe Bulldogs.
I'll tell you one young lady that is not coming out of the game.
Jen Honore.
She ain't coming out, baby.
She is not tonight.
To drag her off in a stretcher.
And when you leave here, she'll be holding the door for everybody. Wilson to inbound. Guarded tightly. Honore guarded tightly by Randall. A long pass, and Honore has it. She's going to have to hurry. Gets across the line, guarded by Randall. And Randall's going to get called for a foul? No?
No, he just called out of bounds. Looked like a foul.
So here's Wilson to inbound. 7:53, we're just underway in the fourth. Honore has it, guarded by Randall. Randall, a good defender. And she's going to get called for a foul. She was all over Honore. And Edgewood is not happy.
Well, Honore looked like she got hit in the lip or the nose.
That's 3 fouls on Randall that we're aware of. And Wilson will inbound. A bounce pass to Honore. Honore has it go away from her. It's knocked away from her, and Howe will retain possession on the far side. Again, 7:48. We're just underway here in the fourth. Howe up 29-23. Wilson to inbound. Had Anderson right there. Now she gets to Honore. Right wing guarded by Randall. She's going to drive for a moment. Turns around. A bounce pass to Wilson for 3. That ball's up. That ball is good. Ball out, Molly.
Giving the points right when they need them right now. Giving their biggest lead of the night.
You got a smile out of Molly Wilson coming down the court. Here's Poole on the other end. Swatted away by Harvey. Ends up in the lap of Sierra Copeland. She's double teamed. Going to have to dribble away. And now a foul is called, or a timeout has been called by Derek Lands. A smart timeout to end the trap that was about to happen against Sierra Copeland. However, if he didn't call the timeout, there might have been a foul call.
They blocked it right into the hands of Copeland, and Copeland gave out an enthusiastic yell as she got that ball.
Wow. All of a sudden, we've got a 9-point lead, but let's not forget the 11-point lead that Howe had at this exact same moment.
Absolutely.
A year ago in this game in the Mineola meltdown.
Yeah, you got again. This game's not over. Edgewood has shown they can press. Lady Bulldogs are getting. Howe's getting a little bit better about breaking the press, but yeah, don't count them out yet.
So
how do you say it? Pull your socks or
grab your socks and pull. Yeah,
that's the kind of game right now.
You know, for the rest of the season, should Howe be able to advance tonight and go Friday, it's going to be grab socks and pull every game from now on. There will be no more cake dances.
No 19-4 first quarters, 17-2 first quarters.
Those days are far over.
Wilson to inbound, looking for Honore. She cuts underneath Randall. She has it. She's going to dribble. She's going to pass it back to Wilson. Wilson stops, looking for somewhere to go. She can dribble. She's not going to dribble, and now she does. She's going to dribble right-handed from one side to the other, back to Honore. I got to hurry. Across the line, she dribbles. Left-handed, now right-handed. She's trapped by two players, trying to draw the charge or a foul on Randall. Long pass to Anderson in the corner, and a foul is going to be called on Edgewood, and it's Prater who gets called for it, and Anderson hit the floor in the corner.
Very good job by Anderson to fall back onto the floor like that. Not saying she was acting, but that kind of probably helped the foul call.
So Wilson will inbound. 6:57 left to go in the game. Howe up by 9. They've never been able to raise this trophy in the school program. A pass, long pass, Sierra Copeland off the back of the rim and no good. She had a wide open shot. Rebounded by Smith. She'll take it from one end to the other. Left-handed pass. Now Prater has it, top of the key to Poole. Guarded by Harvey. About 8 yards between them, and now underneath. Parker slips under in the paint. Puts it up. Left-handed. No good. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson back to Honore. Got to get it across the line. A long pass to Wilson. She almost travels, and she does. She took one too many steps, and Derek Land says, hey, calm down. That's all right. He puts both hands up and says that's all right, and then he puts both hands on the top of his head and now shrugs his shoulders just a little bit. And now in the corner to Parker, guarded by Honore. 6:26 left to go in the game. Top, Prater has it, and now a foul call is going to be on Harvey.
I believe so.
Underneath the bucket, away from the ball.
That's only 2 on her.
And that's her second.
Yes.
Randall to inbound right here. She's underneath the bucket. Harvey ends up on the floor. Long shot by Smith is no good. Rebounded by Parker. Left-handed just jacks it up. That's no good. Rebounded by Honore. She's going to have to dribble out of this double team. Long pass. Harvey has it. Looking down the court. Copeland has it. She goes up off the glass and good. And there's the 11 points that Howe leads by with 6 minutes left to go in the game. Parker guarded by Honore. Right wing, top of the key to Poole. Guarded by Harvey. Poole thought about the three. Pulled it down to Randall. Left wing, guarded by Wilson. Now to Prater, guarded by Anderson. Thought about the three. She pulled it down. Now Smith, guarded by Copeland. All perimeter ball action here. And now Randall drives to the bucket and she falls down, but a foul is going to be called against Molly Wilson, I believe.
I think he called it on Allie. He did 24.
So checking in the game is Elliott for Edgewood and T-Bell Smith. And T-Bell has it. Now she passes to Elliott. Now Smith, top of the key, in the corner for Prater, guarded by Honore. She's going to drive left-handed through the lane now. Kicks it down, a long pass over the head of Smith, and a turnover. 5:18 left to go.
Let's set up for this press.
Harvey is going to throw it back to Honore. She crosses the line, dribbles down, left-handed, high pass. Sierra Copeland under the bucket, turnaround, spinner. That one is good, the turnaround feeder. Dirt-like.
I think they look pretty. All she was missing was the leg kick.
5:01 left to go in the game. Howe with a 13-point lead. Randall driving, the runner right-handed, no good. Sierra Copeland goes up for it. She's hit hard by Smith, but no foul call. But Howe has possession.
Edgewood's starting to get desperate here. They're kind of jacking up shots here on each possession.
It was the desperation by Mineola a year ago that won the game for them. We'll see how Edgewood handles their desperation. Honore has it. Harvey Back to Honore, top of the key. She crosses the line. Wilson now has it all the way across to Harvey. They're kind of slowing it down a little bit. Left wing, Randall moves over to her to try to trap. Harvey drives out of it. Driving down the right side of the lane. It bounces away from her, stolen by Smith. And now she throws it away, and it's going to go out of bounds, and Howe's going to have possession. And Derek Lands looks at Allie Harvey and says, hey, calm down.
Yeah, try to do a little bit too much there. You've got the lead by 13, 4:24 to go. Slow it down and work the clock.
Wilson to inbound, does to Honore, guarded by Randall very tightly. Honore, nowhere to go. Dribbles a couple of times. Tries to break it. Now she passes to Wilson. Looking for three, has Copeland on a lob pass underneath, and that's knocked away by Smith. T-Bell Smith, and Sierra Copeland pulls it away. She shoots a jumper, but it's stolen by Parker, who just slapped it out of her hands. And now Sierra Copeland got to be careful. But it's stolen away by Anderson on the other side. Parker was driving the lane, and Anderson stole it. There's a whistle and a foul, and what is that?
It's going to be a foul on Parker, I believe.
That's her fourth.
Howe with a 13-point lead with 3:55 remaining in the game.
And it's 1-1. Should be 1-1 now. 17 foul.
And Derek Lands has called a timeout. And I think the timeout, one, to give them some rest, and two, to say, hey, what's going on with the fouls?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be shooting right here?
Well, I think it's not timeout. I think he's bringing his four players over there while Anderson goes to the line to shoot.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. All right, sorry. So there is no timeout, but Anderson's going to shoot. They finally did get it right, and Anderson is going to shoot the front end and nothing but net.
We talk about free throws down the stretch.
37-23. Oh, that rimmed in and out on the second one. And rebounded by Smith, who will bring it up top of the key. She's going to try to beat Harvey to the bucket. Kicks it out Nicholson. She'll try to beat Wilson to the bucket. Throws up a prayer left-handed. Rebounded by Sierra Copeland. Quickly to Harvey. Harvey looking for somewhere to go. She's going to dribble out of it, and a pass is stolen away by Parker. Underneath the bucket. Swatted away by Harvey. She's going to get the foul.
Harvey thought she got all ball there, but I think she did get a little wrist on that. So this is what Edgewood wants right now, is to stop the clock and go to the free throw line, get a chance to get some points on the board while the clock is stopped.
How many fouls is that on Harvey, Blizzard?
It's 3 or 4. I'm not sure on one of the fouls, though.
This is going to be Parker on the front end is good. Left-handed shooter, second shot off the rim. She gets her own rebound, puts it up, and she runs into Sierra Copeland, who blocks the shot, and it goes out of bounds.
She went right into the body of Copeland, just bounced right off. Copeland stood her ground.
Parker to inbound, 3:33 remaining in the game. A lob pass out to the top of the key. Smith has it now to Nicholson. She brings it up top of the key, guarded by Wilson. She'll drive to the right wing, cut off now, kicked outside right wing, and that's going to be Smith. T-Bell Smith driving to the bucket, and a long three for Nicholson off the back of the rim. No good, rebounded by Anderson. Anderson looking for Honore. She does. Honore double teamed in the backcourt. She's got to go somewhere, and she throws it to Harvey across the line. It's going to be knocked away, and Howe will have possession near midcourt with 3:08 remaining in the game with a 13-point lead.
Timeout call by Howe.
Man alive. Let's give you our sponsors real quick.
Howe Bulldogs Basketball Night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, Ed Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Hey, we're not the only radio broadcast crew here tonight. It's Edgewood Bulldog Radio.com also carrying the game. We talked to them a little bit before, comparing notes, and thought it was going to be a great game, and so far it is.
It's lived up to its name here.
37-24, Howe in the lead with 3:08 remaining in the game. Wilson to inbound, guarded by Parker. Throws it to Honore, the backcourt, guarded by Nicholson. She'll dribble and crossover dribble. Nicholson right in her hip. Honore, a pass out to Anderson, left wing, back to Honore, top of the key. Under 3 minutes, and now Wilson. Right wing to Anderson, top of the key, to Harvey, left wing. We'll dribble now back over in the corner. Anderson, right side corner, now Honore, top of the key. They're just playing catch around the perimeter. And now Honore fakes like she's going to drive the left side of the elbow. And now a foul's going to be called against Nicholson on Molly Wilson, who will shoot.
And
desperation mode.
It really is. You got to be strong with the ball too, with it being this late in the game, and they're playing desperate.
Wilson's shot is off the front side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Smith. She gets in the hands of her sister T-Bell Smith, and she'll quickly bring it down. Nicholson for three on the far corner. That's no good. Rebounded by Parker, who brings it down. And guess who draws a charge? Are you kidding me?
Man.
Did they call a block?
They called a block. And Monty, I thought I saw an arm extended there to push her down.
Oh.
You see an arm bar there?
Oh, man. That was as good as any of them tonight.
It really was.
So Parker will inbound as they retain possession as the foul was called on Honore. T-Bell Smith now to the top to Elliott. Elliott is guarded by Anderson, and T-Bell is guarded by Harvey. Harvey cuts her off in the paint. Back out to Elliott, shoots the runner, right-handed. That's no good. Rebounded by Sierra Copeland. Elliott right in her face. Copeland's going to just throw it away, and I think we have an injured Lady Bulldog down. And Harvey gets up very slow, but looks like she's going to be okay. She hit the ground very hard. I was really worried about a knee or something right there, or an ankle. Apparently she's all right. 2:08 left to go in the game. And Edgewood retains possession. Parker to throw it in. Left-handed, looking for somewhere to go. Finally lobs it down the court. Smith has it to Elliott, who wanted to shoot the three, but Anderson said no. And T-Bell throws it up from three. And right over Harvey, but it's rebounded by Copeland. Now into the hands of Honore. Now to Wilson. Wilson drives it down the right side. She picks up her dribble back to Honore, right wing. Honore will bring it to the top of the key. We're under 2 minutes. Howe with a 13-point lead. Wilson, right wing. Ball over her head. Lob pass inside Copeland. The ball fake goes up. That one's good. Howe extends the lead to 15 as there's a minute 32 left.
That may have been the dagger right there.
Sierra Copeland secured the double-double with that one.
Here's a left-handed runner by Nicholson, and that one is good, and a timeout's been called. We're at a $1:22 left to go. Do you say uncle?
Just about right here. I mean, like I said, you got to be strong with the ball. Now they're going to be desperate with the full court press, trying to see if they get away with the foul, trying to knock the ball away, and then you got to be able to hit free throws here down the stretch. But don't turn the ball over, and you should be okay.
Again, your Lady Bulldogs have never raised a regional quarterfinal trophy ever. Not only in softball.
Wow.
Yeah, only in softball. Of the big sports. Not talking about tennis and golf. Not that there's anything wrong with tennis or golf or track or anything else, but you're talking about, volleyball, football, softball, basketball, baseball.
Well, they're a minute 22 away from it.
Wilson to inbound, has Harvey, back to Wilson. Back to Harvey. Down the court, a pass to Honore. And it's going to go off of Honore and out of bounds. And Land said Honore was fouled.
Well, Harvey was fouled. Harvey was knocked to the ground. And we talked about them trying to get away with fouls by just bugging you.
Randall will bring it left-handed. Now right-handed down the right side of the court. Nicholson, left wing, and now jacking up a three is Poole, and she drains that one. And all of a sudden it's 39-28. It's an 11-point lead, but there's only a minute 6 left.
29. They're up by 10 right now.
39-29, sorry.
There's still time, though.
Well, that was a three. So there's a discrepancy. We have 39-28. The scoreboard says 39-29.
I think it was 29 because it was 39-26 and that was a 3.
Yeah, I got 29.
How about a shout out to Jason Langford, who just sent me a text. Said, hey, can I get a shout out? There you go, Mr. Langford. Proud sponsor of the Howe Athletic Booster Club. So here is Molly Wilson to inbound to Honore. All fouls all over the place as she's going to shoot. She might have been fouled 4 or 5 times there.
Like I said, they're going to try to see what they get away with before a whistle's called. And Honore was pretty upset about getting assaulted on that one.
1:03 left. Honore is going to shoot 2. No, 1 and 1 here.
Yeah.
Rocks back on her toes, one after the other. Dribbles the ball twice. Shot up off the side of the rim, no good. Got to make those free throws down the stretch. Left-handed, bringing it down the court is Poole. Now to Randall. Little pressure. Nicholson wanted to jack it up, guarded by Wilson, who said no. Poole guarded quickly by Harvey, who swats it away on the 3 shot. No way. The ball was blocked, but they called a foul on Harvey, so Poole will shoot 3, but there's 49.5 seconds left to go in the game.
Harvey fouled out as well.
And that is it for Harvey?
Oh, wow.
And Derek Lands can't believe it. He wants an explanation. He's going to get it. And now Harvey will come out of the game, and Trinity Williams will check in. Harvey exits. She shakes the hand of head coach Chris Lewis of Edgewood, and she walks back to the bench. High fives all about for Harvey. And Derek Land says, hey, just put your hands up in the air. And the first shot no good by Poole. That helps. 10-point lead, apparently, for Edgewood, as that's what it says on the board. We'll go with that. 49.5 seconds left. Poole's second shot, right-handed shooter off the back of the rim. That's no good. If they had any shot, they needed to hit all 3 of those.
They really did.
It's going to be tougher right now. Not that it can't happen, and now Poole does hit the back end. So Honore has it. She's going to be fouled again. She dribbles out of it. They didn't call the foul, and now she's going to be arm-barred, basically tackled by Poole at about the 27-yard line.
Oh, gosh.
These refs
She broke a tackle there.
Yeah, she had to break a tackle just to get fouled.
So Honore, with a 9-point lead and 46 seconds left, will shoot again. 1 and 1. Howe's going to have to start shooting free throws better than what they are. That one misses. And that has been the mantra of this team, and Derek Lands has talked about. We've got to shoot better at free throws. They can do it in practice, can't do it in the game, or having trouble doing it in the game. Honore's second shot off the right side of the rim, and that's no good. And down the court is Smith, 42 seconds. Kicks it out to Poole, guarded by Trinity Williams. Williams stops her, and now Nicholson wants to shoot it over the head of Wilson. That one's off the back of the rim, no good, but rebounded on the backside. And now 3 ball is going to be made by Randall, and not going away is Edgewood.
They're not. It's a 2-possession ball game now. And you've got to hit, like I said, you've got to hit your free throws.
And you got Harvey out of the game.
Jenna's legs look tired on those last free throws.
Jenna hasn't had but 30 seconds off the court in the past 2 weeks.
I know.
Yeah, she's played every second just about.
And even to get fouled, she had to break the tackle, basically. These refs are terrible at that. They got to give the foul once they give it.
Man. So are your socks still pulled up?
All the way.
Pulling as hard as I can.
Howe still talking about it in the timeout. Whew. I hope nobody went away.
They're on a 7-0 run here in this last couple of minutes.
Man alive. All right, well, here we go. A 6-point lead by Howe. 28 seconds left to go. Howe has got to shoot free throws because they're going to foul. Wilson to inbound. Looking for somewhere. and has Harvey, or Honore rather, and a foul's going to be called on Nicholson as Honore tried to catch it, and she was basically shoved out of bounds. Man, she's going to need a long hot bath tonight and an ice pack and everything else.
No kidding.
Talking about Honore.
It's interesting. They're going to Honore every time. I wonder if they would try to want to get into Anderson.
Can the student section go back up? Because ever since they've come down, it's gotten a little nervous down here. Honore's first shot is in the bucket.
Hey.
There's some breathing room, and that's got to make you feel a little bit better. One exhale from Derek Lands, but he was sitting down for a moment, and now he gets right back up. And now he's going to start walking slowly. Honore again. One bounce, two bounce. Spins the ball in her hand. Spins the ball in the air. That one off the front of the rim, off the back of the glass, sinks in. Howe with a 41-33 lead. Randall down the court. Poole has it, guarded by Williams. Williams blocks it away, and now Copeland has it. 18 seconds on the clock. Now to Honore. They tackle Honore. Poole tackles her. Honore goes down hard. Poole runs away. The Howe crowd is upset. Honore took a beating from Poole. The right shoulder right into the chest. Honore gets up and walks away.
Man, I thought she hurt herself really bad on that one for a second there, but she gets up and walks away, but she's got to get the MVP of the game just for her toughness.
Man alive. Goodness. What a ball player. Honore, she makes the front end of the free throw. Says, hey, take that.
That's how you get them back right there. Hit them at the line.
42-33. Second shot, good. 43-33, 15 seconds left to go. Randall will bring it down quickly. She'll try to drive the bucket. Throws it up left-handed. No good. Rebounded and tied up by Molly Wilson. The ball goes out of bounds. Or actually, Howe's going to have it. It does go out of bounds when Wilson's going to inbound it with 4.2 seconds. A pass inside, Honore. She goes into the corner expecting to be fouled, and the time runs out. Howe, your Lady Bulldogs are regional quarterfinal champions for the first time ever in school history.
And it didn't come easy either.
How about that?
Fought their tails off for it.
Jenna Honore, you a bad girl.
Wow.
Man alive. You talk about Honore maybe being the MVP. Look at Howe. There they go. For the first time ever, they celebrate. They're jumping up and down in their white uniforms, and they're about to be presented a trophy. Derek Lands puts his thumb and his index finger
and he can breathe
on
now.
The bridge of his nose and smiles for the first time tonight.
He can breathe now. We can all breathe.
Pictures are being made right now. That one is a picture that has never been taken before. The regional quarterfinal champion, Howe Lady Bulldogs. How about that? And the student section erupts, and the girls come over and slap the hands of the student section. What a moment for the Howe Lady Bulldogs, and their fans are right here behind us. Give me five. Give me five. Look at that. Get some five from their biggest fans right here behind us. The Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs, the cheerleaders, they'll take their pictures over here with the student section. What a proud moment this is for the Howe Lady Bulldogs and all Bulldogs across the nation. And they erupt again. They erupt one more time. Hey, I want a high five. So now they're walking off the court. Well deserved. A great game by the Howe Lady Bulldogs. And a great job from the Howe fans. And you got to tip your hat to Edgewood because they played an outstanding game tonight. And what an outstanding season they had. They finished 29-7, but Howe advances to 28-6 and move on to a matchup with Chapel Hill in Prosper on Friday night.
Well, we came out tonight, and they took it on the chin, and they just kind of kept going.
What a moment.
They came out and just, we didn't know how they were going to react with such a competitive first quarter. It was 0-0 at the end of one. Man, remember that?
Oh, gosh. The second half, at the half, it was 16-16.
And at the end of the half, the lady Howe had turned the ball over about 2 times in a row there to end that half. And we didn't know how this was going to go in the third quarter, but they stayed resilient. And it was kind of nip and tuck there at the end there after some missed free throws and some threes, desperation threes by Edgewood. But they hung in there, hung tough, and able to come away with a win.
Blizzard, give us your MVP.
It has to go to Sierra Copeland or Jenna Honore. Sierra had a double-double with 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Allie with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 2 steals. Jenna, 8 points, 3 rebounds, a block, 3 steals, 2 charges. Should have had a third. Molly Wilson, 7 points, 2 assists, and Cassidy, 6 points, 2 assists. All the points came from the 5 starters tonight for the Lady Bulldogs.
They had to really dig deep for this one. Trinity Williams was the only one who played off the bench. They had to really dig down to get this one out.
Justin, your MVP tonight?
I say Jen Honore. I think she had 2 charges, had the 3 steals. She made free throws down the stretch, and those free throws that she got down the stretch where she had to go to the free throw line, she earned all those because she was just nailed hard. I mean, I couldn't tell if that was Caden Harmon or Jen Honore breaking tackles there. I mean, the way it was at the end of the game.
Carson and I have the same MVP tonight. It's Molly Wilson and her ball-out Molly threes tonight. My goodness, they came at a moment that it just gave Howe some breathing room. One was, I think, gave them the lead. Her play in the backcourt. Molly Wilson is someone who's not known to break the press. Tonight, she did an excellent job of composure, and she did. I tell you what, her job on the backcourt was just as important as anybody out there tonight. Me personally, my MVP is Molly Wilson.
We can have co-MVPs. But
that's okay. That's all right. You can have yours. And, boy, I tell you what, it's hard to pass up Jenna Honore for an MVP. Goodness.
And this goes back to what we said about her. You don't just rely on one person. Sierra Copeland was the game high in points, but Molly Wilson came at the right time. Cassie Anderson hit a couple of threes down the stretch. It's not just one person. Everybody kind of has a different role, as Jenna Honore had said in her pregame interview. Everybody kind of has a different role in this team. And it's not just one person you depend on. Everybody contributes.
We're going to sign off from here. Congratulations again to the Howe Lady Bulldogs. They are regional quarterfinal champions for the first time in school history. That is win number 443 for Derek Lands in his career. We will bring you Friday night action. It is Friday night, correct?
Yes, Friday night.
Friday night from Prosper. It'll be Howe and Chapel Hill. I think they're the defending state champions from a year ago, so that will be interesting. There's no more cupcakes in the UIL Class 3A Division II or anywhere else about.
Everybody can play ball now.
So for Blake Burnett, did you give us stats? You gave us all of that. Yeah. So for Blake Burnett, Justin White, Carson Grogan running our scoreboard tonight, I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you Friday night in Prosper, Texas. So long, everybody.